Painted bunting. The beautifully colored painted bunting can be found in the Gulf Coast of the U.S. and between North Carolina and northern parts of Florida. Only males exhibit the smattering of vibrant rainbow colors on their feathers, while females and immature males are a medium green. Nutria. These semi-aquatic rodents were introduced to the U.S. by fur farmers who had no idea the havoc the creatures would wreak on infrastructure such as ditches and levees. Coatimundi. Coatimundis are related to raccoons and can be found in the southwest U.S. Coatis are omnivores who usually eat fruits, some vegetation, and invertebrates, but have been known to munch on frogs, small lizards, birds, and bird eggs. Crested caracara. The majestic crested caracara belongs to the falcon family and can be found in the southernmost parts of Texas, Arizona, and Florida. These guys are ferocious birds of prey and eat nearly anything they can grab onto and whisk away. Gila monster. The Gila monster is related to the fearsome Komodo dragon, both of which produce venom to kill and consume their prey. Gila monsters are slow, so if you encounter one, you should be fine so long as you leave it alone and maintain a safe distance. They can typically be found in and around the southwestern U.S. Black spiny-tailed iguana. Florida is a state full of weird animals, and the black spiny-tailed iguana, an invasive from Central America, is one of the weirder and more destructive ones. In fact, the problem is so prevalent that, as detailed in the book Eating Aliens, some people have gone on the hunt to eliminate them before they disrupt too much of the area they live in. Jaguars. The bobcat and the mountain lion are more familiar to U.S. citizens, but some people in New Mexico, Texas, and Arizona have reported jaguar sightings north of the border. Once upon a time, this wasn't entirely uncommon. The species thrived in the American Southwest into the 20th century, and historical records indicate ranges in Pennsylvania, Colorado, Ohio, Florida, and more places. Alligator gar. A giant fish that can reach over 8 feet with sharp teeth, the alligator gar is a fearsome beast. Mostly ranging in southern states with connections to the Gulf of Mexico, they can currently be found as north as Mississippi, with historic ranges pushing into Nebraska, Illinois, and a few other states. Lampreys. Lampreys are fish in the same way that platypuses are mammals. There are enough traits in common to bring it into the same class as fish, but enough differences that it seems like an evolutionary throwback or outlier. Snakefish. The northern snakefish has an aggressive reputation that precedes it a little, some of it not quite earned. Yes, the fish can be amphibious when needed, can be predatory frequently, can reproduce at alarming rates, and has a habit of dominating where it takes root. Gemsbok. The gemsbok or African oryx is native to the savanna of South Africa and other southern African countries. But in 1969, a group was introduced to New Mexico in the White Sands area to give hunters a big game to go after. That group of less than 100 took hold, with more than 3,000 now in the area. Hellbender. It may look like a demon, but this giant salamander has a disposition more befitting its other nickname, mud puppy. They can grow more than 2 feet long, and live in most states east of the Mississippi outside of New England. Nile crocodile. The more common American crocodile and alligator species are fearsome predators, to be sure, but not quite as terrifying or easily provoked as the movies would have you believe. They're often quite inert. The Nile crocodile, though, is more aggressive and territorial, and kills hundreds of humans per year in Africa. Jaguarundi. It may share part of its name with the larger jaguar, but the jaguarundi is hardly an apex predator. At 30 inches from snout to tail, it's a hunter of small rodents. Though common in Central and South America, jaguarundi are limited to a small population of the Gulf Coast subspecies in Texas.